Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have here an article that I think exemplifies the stupidity of the masses and how how easily their attention could be redirected, like to a dog. A dog wants to go that way and you get a ball and you throw it the other way, the dog will go over there. Even if the dog wanted to go over there and eat, you just play the ball, goes and gets the ball. Something like that. Now, some smart dogs would not fall for that, but humans fall because they think a little bit more than a dog. That's a problem. So we have here a situation where we have the French crowds, the demonstrators against the so-called pension reform that Macron just decided bypass the parliament and say, don't bother to vote, I will just sign it and implement it. And it was all legal by I was about to say Russian law, French law. So what happens here? The masses, instead of protesting at the origin, like the dog wants to get the food, goes over there, not the ball, they went and they acted idiotically by storming the richest person's offices in France. Why? Because they make it a class warfare, not a political shit. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. They rewritten the script. They invented the problem. The problem is not the rich guy. The problem is the politicians who listen to the rich guy, if you really want to go that way. And if you don't, I want to go that way. And the other way, the other thing is the politicians, they write the laws. They are the elected officials. And Macron and his government is in charge or directing and making all kinds of policies in order for an economy to function. If the economy take a dump, that's because of them mostly. Not the richest person who makes a profit because these guys are using the economy for their own benefit, that is, to stay in power. So the crowd went and stormed the offices of this guy, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not on his side, I'm not on their side. I am on the side of the truth, which you gotta find it. But how do we find it? Look everywhere, look for as many angles as possible. And use your freaking logic and common sense and so on. So in this case, let me show you this article, where I think the crowds, the masses, are just moved around. Business Insider. Photos show crowds storming the headquarters of the world's richest man as they protest France's proposed retirement age rise. What is the connection? I tell you what the connection is. You have too much money and we don't. And somehow you got it from us. That's the new paradigm. So let's see what's going on over here. Protesters opposing France's plans to raise the retirement age stormed LVMH headquarters. Top executives, including LVMH CEO and world's richest man Bernard Arnault, have offices in the building. Okay, so what's your point? And then LVMH stock price recently reached a record high due to China's reopening and high demands elsewhere. So is that their fault? Were they supposed to have a dump or something? What's the connection between these guys and you guys with your reform that you have to work more because Macron said so and because the economy is shitty? Protesters opposed to the French government's proposals to raise the retirement age to 64 from 62 stormed the headquarters of the LVMH Thursday, where the world's richest man, blah blah blah, Bernard blah blah blah, has offices. What's the connection? Photos show protesters entering the building. I can assume that some of them were infiltrated, so you know what I mean, with flags and flares, but people in the building told the Wall Street Journal that the protesters did not stay for long. French President Emmanuel Macron proposed raising France's retirement age to 64 by 2030, saying that France's pension system needs to reform to be able to support future generations of retirees, because you planned like shit. That's why. In March, you are in charge, and you make me pay. Get out of the office. I don't want losers over there. I want winners. Winners, yes. In March, Macron invoked the constitutional power, see, everything legal, to force the bill through without a parliamentary vote. The country's constitutional council is set to decide on the bill on Friday. Apparently, I'm quoting, our government is struggling to finance our social security and pension system, so money needs to be found where it is. What do you mean, Robin Hood? Which is in billions in companies like, see, Fabien Villeneuve, kiss a union leader. What do you mean? So apparently the government is struggling to finance our social security. So we need to go and rob the winners, the guys who are having profitable companies. So they want to get their money somehow? Did they steal it from you? Did they steal it from you? Villedieu. Dieu. Isn't that God in French? Dieu. Mon Dieu. Jesus. Fabien. Fabien. What a weasel name. Fabien. Anyway, not Fabio, the porn star. No. I know he's loved by ladies. Not ladies. Ladies would not love a porn star. But anyway, a union leader for Sud Rail told French news channel BMF, anyway, outside the building. Here they are. Arnault is currently the richest person in the world. Congratulations. Did you steal from anybody? Not proven yet. And recently saw his net worth cross over 200 billion. Now there's a valuable man. All women will just for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just exaggerating, obviously. LVMH, the world's largest luxury group and home to Louis Vuitton and Moët, said its shares reach a record high due to China's reopening and high demand in Europe and Japan. The Wall Street Journal reported. Oh, yeah, okay. So you don't have it. You're a loser. You voted for Macron or you didn't. He took your pensions. He extended your retirement age, and you go and burn the offices of a guy who's working, and he creates jobs, and he pays taxes for you, right? And I'm not defending those guys. Look how much taxes they pay compared to you, or compared to me. I am against that kind of progressive tax. And I'm not gonna go by percentage. I'm gonna go by amount, because we're citizens and we are equal. Well, he makes more money. So what? Are you gonna punish him for doing that? Why should he pay more? Because he's a productive member of the society? So what should I do? Stay and wait for you to work so you can give me the money because I don't want to work anymore? Because if I work, you tax me, and I work my life, and then I work and you get the money? Listen, I work 2 jobs in this country, and not only, and my life here. I work like crazy. Nobody made me. But I realized at one point that after I passed a bracket in tax, what the hell, too much heroin or something, or too much beer? Some French beer, how do you like it? I know all the Irish are like, whatever. Anyway, so I worked like crazy because I wanted to make it. I want to have a decent life. I want to provide my family. Until I have a certain kind of decent life, I make children. I could have made a lot of children. I love making children, if you know what I mean, or at least the process, not to raise them. But hey, you have to be responsible. What do? You don't make children and raise them in a slum and have other people pay for your children. That's called lack of responsibility. Well, I was not raised like that, and I don't think that's the way it should be. So I was waiting. I worked like crazy. And then after I reach a certain level of income, I realized these guys charge me more. The more I make, the more they charge me. So I said, it's not worth it. I will not spend and waste my life working so they can get the taxes from me. And I get, I work like this much and I remain with this. No, if I work like this much, I remain with more. So I said, you know what? Done. I'm not going to work there anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put overtime. I'm going to have less income, less taxes on almost relatively the same income as if I would have worked over there or over there. And I was done. So what does it tell me? What does it tell us? Lack of incentive. So what do you think that guy is doing with $200 billion? You can get his money. Why? Did he take it from you? Oh yeah, no, because this is one of the mistakes Karl Marx made. He tells us that a pie, like a pizza, And that's all what it is. And that's a lie. A pie is a lie, because that pie expands or contracts. It's not as it is. It expands by creating new, innovating, creating new desires, new markets expand. It's like it. That's what it is. When you hear about redistribution of wealth, it's not a redistribution of wealth. Too much beard. It's not a redistribution of wealth, because at the beginning it was not a distribution. Hey, Gigi, you take this. Michael, you take this. Madonna, you take this. Emily, you don't take shit. It was not like that. We all put effort and we worked around the rules of whatever we have in a society. So that's how we got to have more or less. And we have to redistribute wealth. No, you don't redistribute shit. You go and work. That's what you do. And save money, and then you invest. And you open a business with the money that you saved and with the credit that you got, and then see how well you do. I'm not the defender of the wealthy, but I disagree with Robin Hood style of people that didn't do anything illegal. If they did something illegal, they should be punished. But they burned this guy's office, which it doesn't give up. It's just a principle. For Macron and his weasels. That's all I'm saying. And they were directed. I was very interested, still I am, and I don't want to say I'm an expert, but because I don't want to, I'm so good. I like that, but not today. I kind of know a lot about mass psychology, because that was one of my personal interests. So there's many ways to move masses around. The level of the masses falls as you have a group of people. It drops tremendously. How intelligent you might be, you're in a group, your IQ falls to the level of the group, which is usually the bottom. And not only, there's many ways in, how should I put it, in a nice way, not direct, because I don't want to be too obvious, in mass control, mass redirection. There are certain kind of agencies that are very much involved in mass psychology and how to divert, and control masses psychologically, and with active components inside the mass, with little nucleus. They will move that way, and everybody goes, oh, let's go over there and burn that shit, yeah. And everybody goes over there. Who said that? A lot of times is these guys. And you got people, yeah, man, let's go. That's all a game. It's organized. So I don't know if these guys went over there because they were dumb. I mean, they definitely when they were dumb, but they were dumb. They went over there because they were dumb, or because the amount of people used their dumbness to drag them over there. Both could be valid in the same time. And that union guy over there, whatever Fabiano is, Fabiano Fendieu or something, he should, you know what I mean? He should go to work. He should go to work. I understand the unions. I understand, I agree with their function to a point, okay? Anyway, I disagree with Karl Marx, just so you know. The means of production, we own it, we create. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're like a shovel. You get out, I bring another shovel. That's what you are. That's what we are. Not you. We are. We're part of the company. We should own the company. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if that company gets bankrupt, you just go and get another job. But the guy over there, his life. He invested in that. He took risks. What risk did you take? Showing up with your little freaking lunchbox, work whenever the supervisor is looking at you, and then go home and get your money and your paycheck. And you get my vacations, yeah, my this and that, and yeah, it's true for some areas, but you know what I mean? And then closes the doors because you wanted too much. And he didn't want to pay you that much. Or he can't, I don't know. And what do? You go apply for another job for the same level. What is he going to do? Without him, you wouldn't have a job. Why don't you open a business? Yeah, exactly. Go and work. Go and use your... That's how you do it. You save money, you work like crazy, you save money, and then you open your business. Get a loan if you want, and you open a business and see how well you do. It doesn't mean you can't criticize things, but a little bit of reason is needed. These guys burned the... whatever. I'm not saying they should have burned whatever the Elysee Palace. No, I'm not saying that. I'm against these kind of things. But I'm just saying, it's like these guys just got you from there. They create a new paradigm, rich versus poor, supposedly, when actually it's Macron and his buddies over there that the French people voted for him. I met one in an airport in Munich when I was coming from the great country of Romania. Anyway, so I met this French woman over there. She was working in Munich, and she says she was from wherever she said she was, man. I made a video and I said, I can't remember right now. It's that fault. Not because I choose to drink it, it's because it exists and I couldn't help. It's because of it. McDonald's, I'm fat because of you. I'm drunk because of you, McGuinness. Anyway, so this woman I met over there, and she said, well, I love Macron. I said, well, how old are you? Are you close to retirement? She didn't like my joke. Again, Guinness. And then I said, how about Marine Le Pen? She's a racist. Okay, then vote for that idiot again. Probably she was with those guys over there burning the offices of the richest person who took our money and ran with it to China. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. They do this all the time. They do this all the time with the mass media in cahoots. They divert attention. Now everybody's going to be about rich and poor. The rich have too much and we have too little. What did you do for that? Did you do anything? How many hours a day you put for innovating something, creating something, coming out with an idea? Huh? I go to work. That's not enough. That's not enough. I can go to work and drive a truck. I can work, I don't know, 22 hours driving a truck. I'm not allowed, but anyway. I do that. I just dig holes or I build houses. That's what I do. But if you stop there, that's all you're going to do the whole life. Do you do extra? Do you think how to expand? Do you plan? Do you save money? No. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.